Hi there, everyone. Good evening. Charlotte here from Enriching Environments, and this is Top Tip Tuesday on Instagram Live on Tuesday, the 11th of January, and it is 8:30 or 8:40 here in Dubai. And thank you so much for joining me. Hi, everyone coming on. Wow, loads of people coming on already. Good evening. This evening we are talking about my forthcoming Montessori Nanny Training Programme, which is really exciting. It is actually my most, I want to say best-selling, but it sounds weird. What I mean is my most popular course, my most frequented course, the one that has more participants than anyone else, and I think obviously because we have a strong nanny culture here in Dubai, but I think what's really lovely about it is that we are, when I do the course, I work with parents and with the nannies, directly with the nannies, and then I have a call with the parents halfway through the course. So let me tell you the nuts and bolts of the course. When the next intake is, we've got an intake for January, February, but there's no more spaces on that one, so I've added the second date of this year is quite close to the first one actually. So let's talk through the dates so you can just note them down, and then if you'd like me to just let me know if you'd like me to send you the dates and the program during the live, and then I can send that over to you afterwards. So the nanny training program, this second intake we're going to have this year is Sunday the 20th of February, and then a month later Sunday the 20th of March. So those are the sessions for the nannies, and they're going to be in the afternoon on the Sunday afternoon from 2:30 to 4:30, and then in the middle of that, this is Wiggly, the tail, Enriching Environments cat, then in the middle of that month, somewhere around the middle, whenever convenient for the parents of the family, we then have a Zoom call. I have a Zoom call with the parents to talk progress with the nanny, what's working, what needs to be adjusted, where they are, what their progress is, all of those things. So it's one session with the nannies, then a fortnight later, a catch up with the parents, checking in with the parents to see how everyone's getting on, and then 2 weeks later, so a month after the first one, we get the second session with the nannies. And what I found from doing this program a lot is that month is really effective. That month gap is really effective in order for the nannies to maximize their learning, and also for changes to be made. It gives them enough time to make the changes and to see the differences that are made in those changes, because the parents, as you say, have the call in the middle, and often we'll discuss things in that call, which means that tweaks can be made. And then when they come back to the second session, a month after the first one, there's lots and lots more questions that have come up, which is really fantastic, because you can see, I feel as the trainer, I can see the growth in the participants in that month. It's really amazing. So let me cover what we're going to be taking care of in this nanny training program. So first session, Sunday 20th of February, 2:30 to 4:30 p.m. here in Greens, or you can also participate online. So the first session, we give a brief introduction to the Montessori approach and the value it offers to children all around the world. So that's the first thing that we cover. It's a presentation that I do, and obviously lots and lots of talking, lots and lots of discussions. If anyone has any burning questions, as soon as they get in, then we can answer those, and we dive straight into the curriculum. Other things that we cover during the curriculum, and also this is very much, we want this to be the nanny or the caregiver session. What are they interested in? What are their questions? It's really important that that they are heard, that their concerns are heard, things that isn't working for them, things that they want to support the children in their care more with. That's I want to hear those questions. So that's why it's really great. It's such an interactive workshop. I ask them to bring a journal, bring a notepad so they can take notes as they go. We do a bit of role play as well. do some food preparation. That's in the second session. So they really can see more of a hands-on approach, what it's like in real life, not just the theory. So that's a brief introduction to Montessori that we do in the first session as by way of an introduction. The second thing that we do is something that I find the nannies find really useful because it's a refresher. It's all on child development, some of which they may be aware already because of their own training or in education, and then it's how Montessori fits into the broader child development model, what we know about child development, how does that fit into what Montessori's principles are, for example, freedom of movement, of respect of the child. How does that all fit in with child development overall? Excuse me one moment. The third topic that we cover in session 1 of the Montessori Nanny Training Programme is respectful interaction, and it's respectful communication. And it's hard to do, isn't it, the respectful communication, and remember the right thing to say in the right moment, but it just takes practice. And the great thing is I give the nannies check sheets, handouts that they can take home and stick on the fridge to keep them on track. You know, how to interact in a respectful way, how to communicate in a respectful way. Little reminders of things that might not be obvious. For example, holding a child by the hand instead of the wrist. Holding by the wrist or by the arm is quite common in a lot of cultures here in Dubai. And so what we want to do is to offer this understanding that it's most respectful to hold a child by the hand, and it can feel really alien, it can feel really unusual for someone who's from a culture where it's completely normal to hold a child by the wrist. So we delve into things like that, little nuances actually in respectful communication, respectful interaction. You know, asking permission before we change a child's diaper, for example, talking through the diaper changing process. Again, lots of us think that's sort of like a job to, whether we're nannies or not, think that's a job to get over and done with. But what we do is a really beautiful training session on how to do that respectfully, understanding that the child's body and their body boundaries are really, really important, and how we can change a diaper in a respectful way. And all of these things, it's great. These are such simple concepts. And as I say, it's just a little nuance. It's expressing things in a slightly different way. To offer maximum respect to the child, and it makes such a difference in the child's obviously their sense of self, which is the most important thing, but secondly in terms of the cooperation and the collaboration that we can have with our child or anyone else's child once we can communicate in a slightly different way, a slightly more respectful way. So we talk about that, all part of positive communication, respectful interaction, gentle parenting, gentle caregiving, all of that's under that umbrella. And that's a big topic, as you can imagine. So that's the rest of the session for session 1. So session 1, it's an introduction to Montessori. Then it's we cover child development, and then what the Montessori ideas of autonomy, freedom of movement, and respect of the child, what that means in a child development context. Then we have respectful communication and respectful interaction, and those are two massive subjects for us to cover. All throughout that first. Okay, we're back. Sorry, I lost connection for a moment, it said. And then we move into session 2, and for session 2, the first thing we cover, which is an area that I receive the most questions about in terms of pausing. Sorry, my live keeps pausing for some reason. Meals, feeding and snacking, eating in general is something that is a big topic for families in general, but particularly for nannies. It can be an area of concern because, of course, they've got this little human that they are entrusted with all day, and they worry that if the child isn't eating enough or is eating too much, and all of these different things. It can be a real source of anxiety for nannies. And so what we talk about in the program is firstly food preparation, how you can prepare food with a young child to really engage them into the eating experience, into the feeding experience. So it's multisensorial, so that it's educational as well, so that it's fun. And so it's something that you can do to encourage collaboration as well. So it's really, really a critical part. So this is the main part of session 2. This is all about meals, feeding, snacking, eating, food preparation. And as I said earlier, a big part of that is showing the nannies how we prepare food with young children, how you can prepare snacks, how you can prepare food. I provide you with an enriching environments knife, a little wooden knife that a baby can just put in their mouth and chew, or an older child can use to prepare their food for them. So I give each of the nannies a knife, enriching environments wooden knife for the child or children to take home and to work with, and I'll show everyone step by step how we prepare food with young children, how we can prepare a snack, and why it's so important for us to do that in terms of the child's developing and nurturing that child's love of food. Next in, and then the next part, section 2 of session 2, is what we move into the nuts and bolts of the environment, your prepared home, your prepared environment. What does a child need for freedom of movement? What toys or activities do they really, really need? What should the rhythm of the day look like for a baby or a 15-month-old or a 4-year-old or a preschooler who's at nursery in the morning but then comes back at 2 in the afternoon? What should the rest of the day look like? So we cover all of those things. So any questions about that, about rhythm, about the preparation of the home, how can I, as a nanny, for example, offer autonomy and help the children in my care become capable, but I've also got a lot of things to do. I've got a lot of jobs to do. I've got the cooking to do and the cleaning to do and myriad of other tasks. So it's really helping nannies see where their value is and how they can support the child really, really effectively in the home, with their autonomy, offering them respect and collaborating with them on a whole range of household tasks. And also what's really really beautiful is that we, in all of these courses, invariably there's a really wide range of experience with the nannies and the caregivers that come. Some have been working for 10, 20 years with young children, and so some come with a lot of experience in traditional ways, and then some are completely brand new to nannying, so have little to no experience. And so they're coming from a different perspective as well. And what I always find is there's so much for each of us, myself included, to learn from all of these women who are all in the same boat, sort of no matter where they are in their parenting, their own parenting journey or their nannying journey. They are, we're all at square one. We're at the beginning together in terms of this program. And I just find that of such value. And it's a really lovely network that's developed. And as I said on my Instagram post about the course, there's a WhatsApp group which I set up for the nannies afterwards, so they can ask me questions, but also then they have a network between themselves as well. You know, they can make friends, they arrange play dates. I know from previous courses, nannies have got the children together and had play dates, and so it's really developed into a lovely friendship as well. And it's so much easier for all of us, isn't it, if we can go on play dates with people who are aligned with our values. And so that helps the nannies as well so much if they know they can go to the playground and there's other nannies there who have been on the same course, familiar with Montessori and familiar with this peaceful parenting, respectful parenting. And it really, really helps them do their job really, really effectively as well when they're surrounded by other people who are following the same path. So it's a really beautiful sense of community that's developed through the course. And what was I going to say? We talked about the establishing the daily rhythm, giving them the freedom and space they need. Oh yes, how to stay close and keep them safe, but also allow the autonomy to develop. So a child climbing up a climbing frame, for example, this is something that's often asked, how do I support that? How does a nanny says, how do I support that? Because they really, really want to do it, but I'm really, really scared about them falling. So I need to tell them what to do. And then we can unpick that and look at it a different way and suggest things like, well, if you don't say anything and just let them concentrate, then they're going to find their way and find their footing, and just stay really, really close as that sort of security blanket. That can be a really, really effective approach. Because then the child works out for themselves rather than us giving them instructions. So just little things like that, when we really support the nannies in their work, in their job. They have so much responsibility. They're looking after our most precious gifts, and we really want them to feel supported and feel nourished by the families, by the parents that they're working with. So this was the aim of the program when I first created it. I first ran it in 2020, and as I said, it's my most popular program, and it's something that's made a huge difference to lots and lots of families here, and I'm really proud of it, and I'm really proud of the nannies who've been through the course and have made such a difference, such an impact in the lives of the children that they work with. It's really, really beautiful. I don't know if I have anything else to say. I guess the last thing is, when we talk about safety, it's that beautiful balance of keeping the children safe, but fostering their curiosity and their need to explore and their joy in the world. How do we find that balance? So we talk a lot about that, really bringing, showing our joy and wonder for the world, and how we transfer that to our children that we're working with, whilst keeping them safe at the whole time, nurturing their curiosity. All of these things are really subtle shifts of energy, or subtle nuances that with just a few pointers, with a few little reminders on the fridge, then we can all fall into a new pattern of interacting with children. So that's the last stage of the nanny program, is fostering that curiosity, developing that curiosity. And I think that's everything. There's also homework and reflection, so the journaling practice for the nannies, that's a really important part of it. Establishing the daily rhythm, there's check sheets, there's the WhatsApp group. And the next intake that we have is the Sunday the 20th of February, and the second session is Sunday the 20th of March, 2:30 to 4:30 in the afternoon, and both Sundays. And I will be, in just a couple of days, I'll be launching that on my website. So as soon as that is live for those dates, I will let you all know. I'll let you know my stories, and I look forward to seeing you all then. If you have any questions, please do ask them now. And I'm looking forward to working with you all soon. Don't hesitate to message me if you have any questions, DM me if you have any questions, of course, or email me, sayhello@enrichingenvironments.com. And coming soon is the Montessori Mission book. I'll be publishing my first book in the next couple of weeks, hopefully before my birthday, which is on the 24th of January. That's going to be my birthday gift to myself. So that's coming in January. We've got the Conscious Parenting Programme as well. We're repeating that in February, March. What else have we got coming up? We've got the Toddler Programme coming up, and the book within a couple of weeks. And I think that's everything. As ever, if you need anything, meditations are on my website. If you need any of the podcasts from the Montessori Mission, any of the previous Top Tip Tuesdays, they're all on iTunes, Spotify, and obviously on my Instagram Live, and they are on YouTube as well. So all of this is in a huge catalogue. Have a look back. And until then, until I see you next, keep in touch. I love hearing from you. And any subjects for Top Tip Tuesday next week, then let me know. Take care. Thanks so much for joining, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.